Hello and welcome back to another video. Now this video is particularly interesting because it's gonna be about the new exploit that Windows 10 users receive. Hacker has released a kind of attack that it takes your computer under their control, which means they can log into that computer, change everything on the browser, look for your password, change any IP addresses. They can store your credit card, everything they want in that computer. Actually, this happened to me. That's why I'm making this video, and I'm gonna go step by step how you can avoid this, how you can fix this, and how you can improve your security at home and also for your business. Okay, I make a breakthrough step by step the guide, and I will gonna be showing you that. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is, let me show you first the new. So the new came up, I believe was yesterday. It's a US government confirms critical browser 0-day security warning for Windows users. And what it means is, so the main thing for this virus, for this attack is this part is here. Is a Microsoft said that the remote code execution RCE vulnerability had been found in the script engine of the Internet Explorer web browser. It's a critical vulnerability assigned to blah blah blah, so the attacker can execute arbitrary code. An attacker who is successfully exploit the vulnerability could gain the same user rights as the current user. Microsoft warned, if the current user is logging has administrative user rights, an attacker who successfully exploit the vulnerability could take control of an affected system. So what happened to me was that I wake up in the morning, it was 7:30 a.m. and I saw my computer with TeamViewer installed. It's a remote application that I never installed that computer, and then it was all my web browser was open with my credit card accounts open. So the problem with that is that I had one password. It's an application that I use to store password, and a lot of people use that application and then log in and they could see all my passwords there. So it's just simple for them was just to copy and paste on the browser, and I start looking into my information. When I saw that, I turned off the computer automatically, and then I create a list of steps that I need to follow in order to avoid any other problems with that, with my information. Okay, so I'm gonna go step by step the guide here. Let me open it up. So we're gonna start with Windows Hack. This is the version that happened January 17. It's already the new release. This is a new attack from the hacker world. And for the people infected with that problem, this guy can help them to solve the issue. Okay, so why hackers choose Windows? That's the first thing, because you see on the past and most of the computers we see the problem is with Windows computers, and this is not because of Windows is a bad operating system or a good one compared with Mac OS or Ubuntu. It's just because too many people use Windows. Like 70% of the population use Windows, and then the other half use maybe Mac OS or Ubuntu. So that's the main reason for the attackers to do it, right? So what's the difference between Windows, Mac, and Linux? The first is most users worldwide use Windows. Like I said before, Windows is easy to crack software on it. Like for example, if you want to use Adobe Premiere or any even Windows crack, you can do it pretty simple. You download it from a website, click on it, and most of the time it's just next. Not like on Linux, when you have to know a little bit about programming to open a terminal. At least in IT, you need to know something about IT. So Windows is pretty simple to do it. It's the best platform for gaming, so that means that more people will use it for gaming. It's the cheapest OS compared with Mac OS, of course, where you need to buy the hardware itself that it comes with the pre-installed operating system. And it's best integrated for business for not advanced user. I said not advanced users because most businesses that have server now they're using Linux server, but for the old style school businesses they use Windows Server or Windows 10 or Windows 7. So for them it's easy to use. So what to do after being hacked? So this happened to you, that happened to me, and what you need to do after this. First of all, you need to disconnect your router so the internet is off. The first thing you need to do is cut the internet so the hacker cannot connect to your computer anymore. No internet means the hacker cannot use your computer. Check what could be compromised on that computer, like emails, password, apps, photos local or on the cloud, because maybe you have the Google Drive synchronized with your computer. You need to check that too. They could have access to that synchronized machine. Do not save nothing, just very important information. like I said, we're gonna delete this computer, just save something that's really valuable for you, and you don't have a copy in a different place. So they could locate the exploit in other software. What it means is if you maybe save, let's say, an application you download and you think you're gonna use it later, but maybe they could already exploit or install something on that application. Once you reinstall the operating system on another computer and then you load that application, you can maybe be hacked again because the software was already moved to that application. Delete the computer completely, so you're not gonna save nothing, and install Ubuntu. That's a cheap option. You can see very good tutorials online for this, but also we're gonna be making a tutorial how to install Ubuntu, or if you have a Mac OS computer, just use that. So now after you do that first step, which is removing the internet, deleting the computer, and installing a new operating system, you need to start reviewing your hacked information and make all the necessary changes. On that computer, before deleting it, you need to go to that computer and check what it was deleted, what the hacker could access to it. Like in my case, when I realized, I saw the web browser and my credit card was they were open, and also they were using my 1Password application. So for me, it was pretty straightforward. The first thing I need to do is change the password and everything on the 1Password application, and then the second step will be going to my credit cards and of course change all the passwords over there. And so with this said, what the hackers were looking for, first thing most hackers are using right now, they do is cryptocurrency store on your trading or wallets account. They want to use this because it's very simple for them. If they can access to your account where you have the crypto, they can just transfer that crypto to their wallet, and then from there they can cash it out or just keep it or buy anything online on the dark web. So that's the first thing they're gonna do. The second one is email addresses, so they can control your personal information and login. They can control your email or your Gmail's account. They can reset your password, use your account for a long run. They can log in into different websites and so on. Social media accounts for creating false account and then use it again for your friends, and then use it against your friends and family. So they can, for example, log into your user account, contact a friend of you or a family, tell them, hey, I need the money for this or whatever. They make a transfer, maybe on crypto, maybe on a different thing, and then they get the money from them. PayPal account, this thing happened to me. So they can include services inside the account. It's not just go to each account on your that you have password and just reset the password. You need to go deeper and see what changes they did. For example, you have a Gmail account and you may change the password, but they already changed the recovery email. So once you change the password, they get a notification to their recovery email and they can reset the password for you. So you need to go step by step each Gmail account and go and change the password by yourself, change security, disconnect any website from your Gmail's account. The recovery email, you need to change that too. So you need to go deeper on each account. In my case, they use scratchmonkey.com. It's a website they use for selling gift card, to connect it to my PayPal account. So if I change the password, the ScratchMonkey account will be connecting anyway, and they will be using my PayPal account to buy this gift cards online. So I have to go deeper in my account and remove any services that was connecting with my PayPal account. Okay, social security information. This is very important for you. You don't want nobody to steal this. They can steal your name, they can steal your email, your credit cards, but if they get your social security and they sell on the dark web, forget about your privacy anymore. They can use it for opening accounts, asking for credits. They can use it for anything. In my case, they open even the Indeed account that I have, where you have because I was in shock of that, because there is no real value information like credit cards or nothing like that, but they can access to a full information of who you are and what you do. Indeed, you know, like you have what the person who you are, of course, and then you have what you do, what you're looking for, so they can track and have full knowledge of what kind of person you are. They use your info and track you over time, and they use it for extortion if they want in future, or any other bad things that can come to your mind. So here now we're gonna be talking about the full list of what you need to do now. You need to do it right now. Do not spend any minute. So we're gonna go step by step. The first one is change the 1Password master password and log out from all devices. In my case, like I said before, I was hacked and they use my 1Password application where I had all my passwords there. If you're using, let's say, LastPass or any other kind of application, do the same thing. Delete the master password and log out from all the devices you were signed in before. Number 2, change all login password in 1Password. We talked about that already. Get a new SIM card and a phone for a new iCloud ID. If you can do this, I strongly recommend you to do it, because you want to have now a phone just to use for authentication passcode. I do not use your own phone number that you give to everybody every day or anywhere you go. Number 4, always add two-factor authentication to all websites possible, like PayPal, Amazon, bank account, government, website that you sign in, accounting, social media, etc. Use your two-factor authentication means that once you log in into an account online, it will ask you for a passcode that it will be sent to your phone number. So there is another layer of security here that you can implement in order to avoid somebody to log in your account. Number 5, delete Windows 10 on that computer. We talked about that already. Reset your router password and reconfigure the network. Reset the router you need to reset to factory state and then reconfigure everything. They may have access to your router and maybe to configure something on it so they can access later. Change your public IP. This part is really important because even if you change your router configuration, you need to change the public IP, so when somebody go online, they cannot see it anymore. This is important because if they already have it, they maybe can attack you later because they already have your IP. If it doesn't work, in my case, for example, I was using AT&T, the fiber optic, and even they restarted 3 times, and I tried to reset the router again, but I never get a new dynamic IP. So at the end, I call them and request for new router. Once you receive your new router, your IP will change. Change all debit cards and credit cards for new ones. It's not just changing the passwords online on the bank accounts. You need to call the banks and replace the credit card. It could be possible that they already get the credit card and they're selling them on the dark web, and people will start using it sooner. So you need to change that too. Check that in all accounts and emails there is no other recovery email than ours, that your email. For example, if you had a Gmail account and you need to check if they may be installed, they may be already configure an email, so when you reset the password they get a notification, they can reset it too. So for the recovery email, I recommend you to use a new one, create a new one just for this, and do not share or log in for that email in case you just need it. Change your Microsoft account, Xbox Live, and services in general. Here I'm talking about the Microsoft services. Change iCloud password, and here I'm talking about the Apple password, so iCloud password, and delete all the devices, just let the one that you're using right now, which means if they log in a different computer using your iCloud information, doing this, that you remove them. Set alerts for all the credit cards to send them to your phone. So for now on, every time you spend money on your credit card or use your credit card, you receive a notification on your phone. Delete all WhatsApp conversation. They could have access to your WhatsApp account. Delete it and clean the history and remove any other devices on that account. Change password, Dropbox, or other cloud storage like Google or Amazon. Just delete and remove all the password. Change Facebook and Instagram. Your social media is really important, so just change the password for that and activate the two-factor authentication. Once receive the new cards, update all the services to use the new cards. This is really important because for now you need to be using your credit card, but once you receive it, you need to log in again into your accounts and then change the credit card for the new ones. Use an email for other email recovery that you never use. I talked about this already, so go to your Gmail's accounts and then put just one email that you're gonna create for recovering those emails. So this part is really important here. And create a phone number with an app on your phone. With this, I means you can use, for example, TextMe. It's an application that you can use on your phone to create different numbers. Once you don't want to use the number anymore, you delete it and then create another one. Let's say you go to the store to buy a pair of shoes, and then they ask you for your phone number and email. Here you can give them a random email you just create for this purpose, and also a random phone number, so you don't share your phone number, because at the end, all these companies, everybody that's taking your information, what they're doing is keeping and selling that information for all others to use it. And lastly, create an email to use everywhere. I talked about this already, so you don't want to provide your information. It's like creating a different name. You are a different person. Create a different name, create a different email, and a phone number. So every time you don't want to share your information, you just tell them that information and then you're safe. Okay, so after doing all this, what's next? For the next video, we're gonna be talking, so this is the first step you need to do in order to protect your account for what happened just right now. So you've been hacked with this new attack, and then you just did all the steps that I mentioned before. Now you're safe, but what's next in order to protect you for something that can happen in future? So the first thing, of course, is increasing security at home, and we're gonna explain that on the following videos. Keep your personal information safe. Like I said before, create a fake personality of you with an email, phone, and a name that you can use in different websites that you don't want to share your information. Setting up your computers and cell phone to navigate the web anonymously. And with this, I mean you can use, for example, web navigators instead of using Safari or using Google. You can use Brave, or you can use a search like DuckDuckGo, which is much better. I'm going to show you a quick demo here now so you can see the difference. So for example, I'm going to open this website that I showed you at the beginning, and as you can see here, I have on my right side advertisement. I had advertising here, and I scroll down, keep going and going and going. This is Google, right? So now we're going to open Safari with the same article, the same thing. We got advertisement, then here we got a video, and all the things is loading and getting information from you with the cookies. Okay, now we're gonna use Brave, and as you can see here, we have just almost nothing, just one video, which it was stopped at the top right corner, but then everything else was clean. So that's why I always recommend to use Brave. And if you go here, you see that it already stopped to cross-site trackers blocked. He blocked already 26 tracker, and 26 items have been blocked. Okay. And in the turn I'll be using this browser, 5,000 advertisement and tracker have been blocked. Okay, so that's why I use Brave for almost everything. And of course, when you're searching on the website, you want to use something secure. So instead of using Google search, you can use DuckDuck, which will not track your information. So anywhere you go on the website, it will not be tracked, and they cannot sell that information of what you're doing. That's why when you're navigating the website sometimes, and then you go to Facebook, you see that they're showing you that advertising for something that you were looking on the website. And this is because they track you. Using DuckDuck, this is not possible anymore, and you can use this application for your cell phone and never track any history or it won't share any information of you. So that's what I mean with setting up your computer and cell phone to navigate the web anonymously, and we can increase this thing to make it even more secure. Hiding your IP so nobody can track you. Hiding your IP, you can use VPN services for this. Let's say, for example, you are in McDonald's, you are in an airport. Never use the public Wi-Fi. It could be a middleman attack, and it's always better to use a VPN. There's a lot of services online that you can use for it. I always recommend to pay for a service, not to use a free VPN. And a very good one, for example, could be VPVanish, TunnelBear, and another one that I use is CyberGhost. It's one of the best ones. Controlling what Google can see from you and the services and websites connected to your account. Go to every Gmail account and select what Google services are connected, the advertising that is showing you, and replace everything, and try to not to share that much information of yourself. And using services like VPN and proxies, and when to use them. Like, for example, I explained before, airports and so on. Okay, so we finalized this video, and remember, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Don't store unnecessary data. Keep an eye on what's happening, and do not take unnecessary risk. Okay, do not upload too many videos, too many photos of your child, your family for nothing. Okay, so that was the video for today. Let me know in the comments if it was helpful for you. I hope this information helped you to be more secure, and if you want the victim being attacked, they can help you. Leave in the comment below if you want to know more videos about this, and keep tuned for the next one where we're gonna explain how you can secure even more your machines. Okay, thank you for watching, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye.